as well, making it very hard for Mugi to get the right clicks in. Mugi's going to have to dive deep for this. He's... Oh, the heal. CYD still alive. The bottle charge. Can he get away? He can. Very nice save there from XCJ.
I mean, he could have just gone away with the ball lightning, but he wanted to try to turn and kill Mugi. These guys are like, amazingly fun.
He trusted in his man, Sexy J.
Yeah, Sexy J.
Sexy J. You know, Jay is also a bird. Did you know that?
This is true.
There we go.
Like, look, right? You could just zip and start bottling while zipping, and you get the distance away. But no, pushes the limit to use his salve between the attacks well with the Sunray heal.
Oh,
those guys are crazy.
No, I'm not going to use the Fire Spirit. It's making it very hard for Mook to get the job done. And
Triple C.
How's he said? Triple C, how's he?
He's hunting with Arcane.
Yep. Cold Embrace.
Doesn't have any more remnants. And the Flame Guard is still on cooldown, so Q will be fine.
KP, the Black Hole of Doom.
Was
straight up uses on GG.
No, he just uses.
Just walks
and
up.
It looks like he is building Dominator, by the way. Let's just zip forward, CYD.
Oh, the Frostbite. His one weakness. Oh!
He gets the kill, though.
He just farms some of these Eidolons, too. Why not? One more touch.
He's going to die for this, though, I think.
But he got the Eidolons.
Are they going to dive under? They actually... Okay, they are going to commit under.
With the Cold Embrace!
Does save him for now.
Jin-Q! In time. CYD's finding out KP's in trouble. The Malefice, CYD with the juice. The winner's curse, cancelling the TP. They've lost the storm, but they'll get the kill in return.
Okay.
And they get Mugi too. XCJ. Just got to look at his Fire Spirit control. Won't quite be able to find another one on him. But the Courier. That fortification keeps him.
To try to be very active on this Storm Spirit early on, allowing GGG to kind of catch back up because he didn't get shut down. Top, he just didn't get as much experience as he would have liked as a Clinks. And his supports too. The Earthshaker's still only level 4. And XCJ has now hit 5. But neither of them actually level 6 without that tome. Similar situation with Newbie.
XCJ is very low. Oh no. He's dead. Mugi instantly in. CYD, can he look for the counterplay? Probably not, because Mugi has got time lapse. He's fine. No way for the Storm to lock him down. Shinku in the mid towards SCCC. They'll get the Fisher on him, but he's got a Remnant, and he's out of there. CCC be fine. ZYD build-wise, the Kaya into the Orchid this game on the Storm.
The usual build. Great versus both the Weaver as well as the Ember Spirit. Always look for those pickoffs. What's Kaka been doing? Kaka, okay, quiet, level 7. Max Earthshock just going to be going for phase boots. Supporters, so he's going to be, of course, a little bit slower. So you do see the rotation coming up from XCJ up toward top with that Obs where they have planted, and SCCC was still smoked. Commits forward with the quick Icarus dive. XCJ will be fine. And now they're kind of positioning one core in each lane, it was looking like, on the side of Serenity. And the same exact thing is coming out from Newbie.
KP. He chased it by ZYD. He's got the point in the Vortex now. Can he do enough to bring him down? He certainly can. ZYD gets the kill. He is now out of mana. And we'll just simply go for the TP away. He's going to leave PYD. Oh! Get money, get paid. Get the Eidolons. We'll die for it.
It really did look like he just wanted to go for the Eidolons, didn't it?
The temptations. If you see 10 Eidolons around you, you're pressing that Echo Slam.
Well, Mugi doesn't put himself next to it, so it doesn't get himself at risk.
Mugi could have been under it.
Could have been.
You never know. So why not go for it?
Well, now Echo's on cooldown for quite a while, 120 seconds.
That's chill. 12 minutes, 6 for 6. SCCC. Maelstrom goes to travel, of course, to start the game off.
What's the XI and Q build? It's a Meteor Hammer. So it's not the Maelstrom, it's not the Mask of Madness.
Oh! Okay.
So he is looking to be the actual just pusher. He's going to be pushing out lanes with Splinter Blast and then trying to get onto towers with Meteor Hammer. And he can also do the combo. Winter's Curse into Meteor Hammer.
Radiant structures are fortified.
As long as it doesn't get disabled.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Top lane, the tier 1 tower nearly going down. On newbie's side, the pressure is on from Serenity.
Well, Kaka was close to phase boots before him, and now Kaka's at 1500 or 1600 gold. So I might actually just go for rushing that Blink Dagger. Rushing, 13 minutes, but supporters, of course.
Dove. We'll be fine until XCJ coming in with the dive. Kaka's got the ultimate. Sunray coming across, trying to keep GGG alive, but GGG's too deep. Newbie with the TP reaction will be enough to cut him off. They'll look for the dive forward onto XCJ, and XCJ gets cut down by a silent fist from SCCC.
And it looks like Kaka actually didn't know that the Echoes were bottom.
Bottom indeed. KP with the black hole straight up onto ZYD. Newbie finding 3 kills up and down the map.
Newbie looking a lot more disciplined.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Serenity's making some very individual plays, every single one of them. Not playing so much as a team in comparison to Newbie. But yeah, Kaka was chasing the Earthshaker, and it looked like he thought the Shaker had Echo, and he actually backed off when he would have had a kill.
Kaka, he will let that Blink Dagger.
Yeah, it's gonna be done.
He's gonna have it.
Clap. Most of these creeps. That's pretty threatening. Ursa with Blink this early, even versus like the supports like Phoenix and Earthshaker.
And a support Ursa, as you said.
Yeah, you get killed very easily.
Ursa. It's a travel done on SCCCCC.
Invisibility.
So that could be that's probably one of the cool things too about having the Dominator with Enigma, I guess, is that they can always bring, with the Dominator creep, the Boots of Travel. In theory, should be able to bring down SCCC to join KP.
Oh, the smoke. Mugi was there.
Middle tower is under attack.
Ouch.
So Serenity unlikely to be able to make a play with that, as they did want to try and move around with the Echo back online.
Dire's
Mugi knew.
tower is under attack.
He's actually hunting a little bit coming up. Got his eyes on PYW. PYW, new frostbitten, turns with the Fissure, goes for the slam.
He doesn't have backup of his teammates, it's just Xi and Q. They're now bringing in the Storm.
See if ZYD can do something in response. He's going to get frostbitten by Fate. ZYD zipping forward, looking to chase down the CM. He's got the Vortex to drag him in. There's the root from SCCC. May lose his life from returning. Indeed, he's rooted, he's zipped, he's zapped, he can't get out.
And also top Kaka with the Blink Dagger reveal, jumps on top of Phoenix. Kills him right away. Actually kills the Supernova after he pops it.
Newbie looking very strong very early on this game.
He's got a blinker. I mean, it's a 6k gold lead. Everything is really working out great for them.
Yeah. KP had some solid, just straight heads up black hole plays for the solo kills.
Yeah. Has GGG found the Dominator creep? I think he may have just found it. I think he just ate it. KP grabbed the new one immediately right after I heard him use Death Pact.
Yeah. Done so. A bit of lag here. Hopefully we'll be able to get it back on pretty soon, but as you can see,
it's far away. Also level 11, which is keeping him hard. His Enigma. Given a lot. Quite a lot because how far PYW is from it.
Yeah. Just someone to sort of get in and set things up so they can have that combo that they dreamed of the Echo Slam. But we'll see. He's holding on to the money for now, hasn't invested in any parts of the Meteor Hammer. See what Jinkyu's plans are. OW. He's having his eyes on the middle lane.
They just have some problems with this Weaver and the Ember. They can't actually go for kills on either of these two heroes because of how elusive they are, and their main catch is just really the Shaker to go for that. They don't have any other. I mean, they follow up Disable from like the Vortex, but it's not your traditional, it's not your traditional disables, traditional stuns.
And interesting to see this as well. So Jinkyu, he does go in.
Okay.
So he's not going to, he is indeed going to buy the components of the Meteor Hammer, but also he's a core Wyvern.
Go for the GPM over the damage.
Still takes the GPM over 60 damage. Is that, do core Wyverns not normally take the 60 damage?
I've seen the supports back in the day taking the damage too.
Yeah.
But I guess he's feeling the pace of this game and the way everything's kind of going. He wants some more gold.
60 damage is a lot.
60 is a lot, especially with the range that you're hitting as a Wyvern.
But doesn't want it. He's a greedy boy. Wants that money.
I mean, they all really are. Just looking at the way, look how they're split up. They're kind of each playing their own game. That's what I was talking about. Well, we see Newbie. They're grouping up. They're looking for smokes constantly. They're looking to just put the pressure onto Serenity because they know that they're split up. XCG is now starting to put on a lot of defensive wards. Try to watch for these movements from Newbie.
I think, as you say, it's going to be hard for Xingqiu to drop the hammer. See what he can do with it. Phase, me too, a hammer. Or Wyvern. Towards the middle lane, XCG. Dives away.
I like this. I like the GPM a lot on Wyvern. Yeah. To be honest, I mean, 90s at level 10 is what is the higher
level 10.
That's why. It's only level 10.
But 60 damage. You know, think about how much money it costs to get an item that gets you 60 damage.
Fair.
It's not cheap. GGG.
I like GPM.
Has the Maelstrom. Now finished up bottom lane. BYW was trying to TPI in the middle of the lane there, but KP comes out of the trees with a Malefice.
All of Newbie playing together. See ZYD trying to push up top, get as much farm as he can. XNQ dealing with the deep push in the mid lane. They're not looking to take an engagement.
CCC's got his Maelstrom done on top of the boosted travel. Mid lane, they want to open up. Winter's Curse onto Mugi. They've got the meteor hammer follow.
Oh, it wasn't timed well.
Oh.
He hesitated because it's a 2.5 second cast channel duration and a 4-second cursed.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah, he just put the dot.
I put the dot.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll blame it on the lag.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower has under attack.
There's the late tip.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
And now they've got Ursa. Even if it's a support, they've got Weaver as well with the bug tank. They can go for this Roche pretty easily.
Yep.
Let's see if ZYD wants to go for some of a snatch. He's not the most healthy in mana, though.
Oh, we should go for it anyway. I mean, if he dies and gets Aegis, then you got mana to get back out. You just got to sort of...
They're smoking.
Yeah, they're not going to try for it. They don't get to the Roche in time. Aegis in the hands of Mugi.
They don't have Curse for 20. They're all smoked up, though, with all their other ultis. What can they find? Faith will be the target.
CCC diving forward. Put the chains onto the clinks. He's focusing GGG. Kaka jumps in as well. GGG will fall. ZYD drives by with the drag onto West CCC, but it's not enough damage or control to kill him off. As Mugi finds PYW. ZYD has to go for the TP back to base, and Xingqiu is still being chased. He'll TP. Have they got the damage? They don't. Xingqiu will be able to get back home safely. Build-wise, he is going to go for the Blink Dagger next.
So they got the CM, but they lost 3 heroes. Phoenix actually jumped through and didn't have mana for Supernova. So if you click Phoenix, you see 187 mana as he died. Yeah, he missed. Didn't get it. It doesn't matter. Didn't have enough mana. I think either way, they can't really take that fight. They don't have their curse available. I think right now, when they're at this much of a deficit, they need every single possible thing to bring them back in.
PYW again. Beats up, but Mugi's there as well as SCCC. ZYD will zip forward, but Faith's there with the ult play, and ZYD just zips straight to heaven. He's gone.
Now another one. XCG gets the egg off, gets the curse, the combo.
The combo!
With the meteor hammer.
The hammer too! Serenity!
And there we go.
They've done it! They got a kill. But they're going to still lose the team fight as they've got to back off. KP's in, thinks about the black hole, doesn't drop it.
Gives him a taunt instead. They get the combo.
Got the combo.
They got the combo.
It works. But it's got to work hard.
We'll see it again. We're going to see this again.
We'll see it again.
Beautiful. With the meteor hammer follow-up. Bam. They at least get one. Mugi's still very durable. Also had an Aegis, but...
Oh, and Kaka just finds himself GGG.
Wait, is he just solo killing him? Or was that was with KP? No, that looks like it was not. He has a basher.
Solo kill.
Kaka has a basher.
This is a support Ursa. And
they're looking to get. They're looking for more. KP and Kaka are on the prowl with SCCC jumping forward.
No, they found him. Jump forward, black hole. No messing from KP.
PYW is trying to get out. Oh my god, he ditched so fast.
Wait, did he? Oh no, he didn't have vision.
No, he'd used it
If
before.
he had Fisher, there would be some pings coming out from the Storm Spirit, that's for sure.
Radiant's bottom
20 to 9, 21 minutes, 15,000 lead for newbie.
Kaka's about to have more net worth than the highest net worth, and there it is. More net worth than the highest net worth on Team Serenity's side.
Oh my goodness.
It's been grim, now it's looking extremely grim.
You said Serenity have been...
Curse.
That's not the combo.
I don't know if that one's going to connect in time. Gets stunned, gets interrupted. She, looking for KP. Can't really
get back to base, yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Cannot afford to be messing around with them.
PYW is getting closer toward Blink. They really need this Blink dagger for them to try to look for these setup plays. Still looking so difficult. Newbie playing very fast-paced and playing a lot oriented as a team, right? I feel like Serenity is really going for so many of these solo plays and keep getting picked off.
PYW not going to be saved by the cold embrace as SCCC straight in and on top of the bottom lane. GGG.
He almost had him. 80 HP.
The midnight pulse. KP with the wibbly wobbly taunty woo.
This game. Oh, now XCJ. There, see, I did it again. XCJ does go down.
Oh man, poor Serenity.
Now it's just starting. ZYD, the first hit bash, Kaka?
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Oh, I didn't even see it. Oh. Sometimes you just have a rough one before the end of the day, and this certainly was it for Team Serenity.
I mean, I totally agree. It really does look like... It looks like a different team than we saw in the last game.
Maybe the MKB will change things. He's a long way.
Sorry for getting so excited, guys. I just saw an Ursa first hit bash. Stone Spirit. The support Ursa first hit bash.
Oh, this is a great game. It's because it's one of those games as well where all...
Oh no, XCJ.
He's fine.
Is he?
He's fine. He's got supernova.
Oh, he lives 9 HP.
Oh. He's got time left.
He still has Aegis too, and in the meanwhile, Kaka does find XI and Q.
Oh, GGG. He's got a double damage rune.
Oh, got a creep as well.
Eat the creep and get
the dust
out.
is being put back. 4 seconds for KP's dust to come back up.
Oh, just keep yourself hidden.
They won't find him.
Don't breathe. GGG.
How do they... A full Aeon disc now on SCCC, and they're constantly looking to just go for these dive plays. There is the blink on the shaker.
I mean, that's never gonna work.
Radiant's top tower
I mean,
is under attack.
Did he go for him?
He just went for him. I mean, he's gonna get bashed. He's never gonna kill him.
He really... Like, he actually...
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's...
Top. Curse. XIQ still kind of trapped near them. Cold Embrace will come out.
Oh.
The heals as well.
Look at the heals. Oh, the PYW. Oh, she's dead. Oh.
They get 2 though. Okay.
Okay, they got 2.
Radiant's top tower.
They got the Ember.
They did get
through
2.
the Aeon disc.
They're doing it. I mean, they're well. That's a tier 2 tower gone as well. Newbie. Pushing on.
22k gold lead.
22k lead. 25 minutes in. But the thing is, I can feel it. There's still a chance for Serenity.
Dude, Newbie has 4 of the top net worth, and it's not by like a small.
But
it's not by a small margin.
There's 5 people in a team, Fog.
Wait, so are you hating on Faith?
Faith's got to step it up.
Faith is doing great.
No, he's dead.
It's true.
Right, who's died the most on Newbie?
Right, Faith.
Faith. Come on, Faith.
He's tanking the ganks.
Got to step it up, Faith.
He tanked that mid gank and turned it into a triple kill for his team.
Who's died the most on Team Serenity? Oh, they've all evenly died. Everyone's died like 7 or 6 times. Oh, here we go. This smoke play could be...
What do they have? They don't have any of their ults. They don't have Echo Slam. Okay, they have Curse.
They don't need to know that.
They have Curse. They have Curse. Oh, Kaka.
They've got him. Chain lockdown, bam.
Nice. That's a big chunk of gold.
Serenity. Mid lane as well. Look at this. The carry. The carry wife, and he's in.
They're jumping far.
Look at
the
ZYD.
one shot. Okay.
Wow. The perfect angular projection. Excellent.
Has Orchid finished on Storm Spirit now. Can actually look for plays around the map. Like, they can still kill Mugi if he finds him. There's no Linkens, there's no BKB just yet.
Oh. 200 gold for GGG.
Little bit of something, man.
Tier 1 mid will be taken by Serenity.
Middle tower has fallen.
They're showing some signs of life. Slight. Getting some map control back in their favor. All kind of sitting around each other. And, oh, they spotted Mugi. PYW wanted something. He had ZYD poured up. Mugi does back up, though. Regen Rune gets popped. And now the BKB is coming out on the courier. So it will be much harder to kill him. At least with that Orchid.
GGG's got eyes on KP.
Okay.
TP in.
TP from Shaker. PYW. Oh! KP. He knew.
He did know. He didn't have vision. I think just straight up Spidey senses. They were tingling. Smoke play for Newbie now.
They've got a gem now on Kaka too. Roche is up in about a minute and a half. They're going to check that first. And they've got Black Hole in about 15. Well, Serenity does have everything available.
SCC's in straight away. He's got the control onto GGG. That's going to be a clink step for 50.
He's so squishy. He also needs a BKB really badly on this Clinks, and starting to get closer to it, but does die. Roche, thankfully, is not respawning just yet, so Serenity can be a little bit happy about that one.
Looking for Mugi. Mugi. He's got back up on the side. ZYD. It's been changed. He will silence the Ember Spirit. That is not going to buy him enough time, though, with the Frostbite coming into play. Go for the Supernova, but Mugi just pops the BKB, takes down the eggs. Jinkyu goes for the Winter's Curse to hold back the Enigma, but they found him in the tree line. He's cold embrace, but he'll be taken down nonetheless. Serenity lose 4,
maybe
even more. They've got their eyes on PYW, the buyback coming out from ZYD. He's looking for the big zip in, will go towards KP, but there's the bash from Kaka. So ZYD gets the zip back up, but he's out of mana and out of luck. Newbie causing ZYD to die back. 28k lead as Newbie pushing this top lane in towards the base of Serenity.
Oh, they see GGG. He's just farming mid lane.
Well, he was.
Okay.
This game getting more and more brutal.
I mean, that has to be the game, right? They might still try to fight, but it's a 30k gold advantage for Newbie. Things clearly not going the way that Serenity had wanted to.
No. He's back to the drawing board on the core Wyvern build.
Yeah.
Not sure about the hammer. Wasn't quite sold on it.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So we're going to try slowing them down here with some spells until their Storm and Clinks respawn. KP still has BKB, still has Black Hole available. So Newbie still more than ready to fight.
This slam.
Oh, slam on the BKB of the Ursa.
Sometimes your fingers slip.
GGG.
To the base, SCCC. He's in and he's out. He does it with grace as well. Beautifully done. 2 sets of racks taken by Newbie.
Yep. They back up, take out Shrines. They even have Roche available if they want to. That's Aegis and Cheese, but still 35k gold lead. They have more than enough to be able to just constantly take these fights.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack. Radiant's top shrine.
Be careful, top Serenity. Mugi. Heading in.
Gives a little hello. Backs away again. And now they'll make their way into the Roche. Alright, this is Serenity's chance, right?
They're gonna go for the big play.
They gotta get the 5-man curse into 5-man meteor hammer.
I don't know if they're gonna head there quick enough though.
It's already looking pretty dead, huh?
ZYD,
right, ZYD might go for it. He's in.
Oh!
Didn't get it.
Didn't grab anything.
They were all picked up already.
SCCC trying to look for the chase. Jumps forward with the blink. Same time back towards the middle lane. They've got the opening. KP actually goes down. Winter's Curse holding down Kaka. The Meteor Hammer follow trying to come in. They do manage to get the Supernova stun out onto all three of them. There's a buyback from KP. Xingyu with a self-cold embrace, trying to force down to the side, but the bash comes out. XCJ dives down. He's still alive for now, but they've lost GGG. They've lost Xingyu. XCJ is going to get jumped on. Or cancels the blink. That's smart.
ZYD able to jump forward and kill Faith in the meanwhile.
Oh, the Jukes.
Gets Black Hole though.
Oh, I'm watching this one. We'll watch this one as well if you want. The Bishop, not enough to save ZYD. Back to this action. Kaka did kill him, and GG is cool. The game is over. Newbie will take both games in this 2-game series against Serenity.
It does, I think, some form of exhaustion or something ended up happening in this. I think maybe in the beginning of the games, things just started to go poorly and they were just like, all right, this is done. Because it really did seem like they were, each one of them were just doing whatever they kind of wanted on their own. Like the Echo Slam on the Eidolons, running in and dying like by yourself with like the Death Pacts, just trying to go for an Ursa kill. The game was clearly
was a very bad thing.
What was happening? He just ran back in after buying back. Smoke. He's probably going to die for this, but I'm sure he is completely okay. Arrow won't hit anyone. He's missing, actually.
Probably can come back.
Oh, no, and yeah. And here comes Yawar. He actually does a lot of damage. Terrorize in the back does hit Resolution. That's a huge play. And look at that, the Desolate damage on Snake King burns him up, and now Yawar, he's going to die as well. And here you see the Spectre damage. And Resolution. Is there a chance he gets run down? Doesn't look like it.
That was a very ambitious response. I think once MSS is caught in that position,
he killed a chicken.
Yeah, exactly.
He did his job. Let him go.
Everything that's gone in their favor has started with them just bursting somebody in 5 stuns.
Yep.
On Pain, yeah, like VGJ changed somebody of Pain Gaming, and that was not what happened there.
Yep. So,
Nick's getting meld striked. He does reflect it, but TA doesn't even take any damage because she had refraction on.
What's our level check? Because these level 25 talents on Terrorblade, TA, and Spectre are huge.
22s across the board, except for old TB here.
Yeah, we all know what that does.
And just in case you're wondering, mid lane.
Tavo, you're taking a lot of damage right here. You are going to yield yourself into the air. We're going to see Spectre's coming in right now. I don't know if that's the smartest idea for HFN, but he will just back out. They need to be careful.
He already manted, so
be careful.
Remove the solution.
Oh my goodness, he's just getting run down. And look at this, Nature's Prophet is back in 10 seconds. Will it be in time? Doesn't look like it. Nice save by Dust Dog. And there we go.
Beautiful.
Nyx Assassin, Carapaces, and King RD will be perma-stunned like you said. And, well, that's a very strange 2 deaths.
Yeah.
It's a gem. And that's MSS understanding the hero, like I mentioned in the draft. He knows Willow so well, not only does he know how to play it, but against it. And he carapaces by walking into the root.
Yep.
So do you push base now, force buybacks? You don't know.
Well, Haunt on cooldown, right?
Yeah.
For at least a little bit?
So you just take at least 1 Rax, right? And Resolution's going to try. King RD buys back. HFN is going to clean up everything. Now they're just going to back out. Looks like Roche won't be up. It will respawn 120 though.
This is this is Cheese Roche. Yeah, we've only had the one. So I think this is the right decision from VJ. You took the tier 3, you have the shrines down. So you have map control, you play some wards, you took the gem, forced the buyback, relax. You need, I think, BKB on Terrible. He's finished that, right?
Yeah.
Fresh 10 seconds.
Yeah. You get the butterfly, you get his Aegis, then it's go time. Although he is traditionally a pretty poor Aegis carrier.
Because you don't get the Metamorphosis back.
Exactly.
Abyssal. He's a pretty good Aegis carrier after the third row.
Yeah. The key, the Abyssal on Spectre, when that comes out, he's going to get the Basher first. He just kills Fury and Maran at the start of every fight, like by himself.
He can kill whoever he wants it terribly.
It's all about MSS, really, because he stops the Willow and the Spectre. Like, single-handedly, he could change the outcome of a team fight.
No, he's going A on Disc on Nyx. Why don't we see Blinks anymore on Nyx? Would that not be good here?
I think you're going to get haunted on, so I'd rather have the A on Disc. Okay. You don't want to die to the BKB TA, because he's hunting you, and you're hunting Spectre.
Okay, makes sense.
You want to be able to scout without just instantly dying.
And here yes.
The thing I was going to mention is Butterfly is not all that effective against Spectre just because Desolate can't miss, but it's like one of those things where it's just such a good item.
He's going to have to pop his ulti right now. He's going to go to Snaking. Snaking knows what he's doing. That means he can't go anywhere else. No, he can because he mantas it up. He'll be back. We're going to see daggers thrown. It will be a Yules into the air by himself. MSS doesn't have Carapace up though. He is going to lose that gem. Terrorize is going to miss actually everyone. Now Resolution going to right click a lot. HFN is just going to get destroyed. No buyback. No ulti. Weehaw does get a nice kill on Snaking. Duster going to try to slow him down. Ooh, BKB just ended, but he's going to try to kill SVG here. King RD, nicely done. You got to slow him down. You have no Spectre, and you know that. Tavo
has buyback.
No ulti, and look at that. It's a double buyback. They think they might just be able to end the game here.
Yeah. Spectre, is his buyback up? It should be, right?
It is correct. It is up, but he's not up gold.
Wow. That's a hell of a call, man. I am loving VGJ Storm. They're just playing around the idea that he doesn't have buyback because he bought the Basher. If they saw that, they may think that it's possible for them to just go high ground. Yep. Roche is spawned, though.
I think you just take Roche.
With double damage.
If you see the DD, maybe that changes your mind, but you can probably do both. Actually, Metamorphosis is off cooldown, or on cooldown. There's no way they go high ground. They're just going to take Aegis.
That's true. Just curious that they bought back just for the Roche.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe get a Rax, maybe, but Roche is still good.
And also, HFN only died in that fight because as he poured it in, he actually caught the Nyx stun and then got arrowed for a full 5 seconds.
And then Terror Blade.
And that's a good play, right? Snaking knew he went up to him, so he orchid, so he makes him Manta outside of the fight.
Yep. So there's no buyback now on your Nyx, your Ogre, and your Furion. They all bought back in that engagement. And now you have Aegis, 30 seconds on Spectre, still have the DD, just go for it. This is one Rax for sure.
Because even if he has buyback,
Whip is up,
he wants to use it.
Well, here we go. I like this Duster plus Terrorize plus Tavo. He's going to perma-stun him here. That will be at least the age. Oh, almost wasn't. But Snaking just backdooring bottom tower right now. Tavo jumps back uphill. Ice Path will secure the Terrorblade just sitting there. Stun as well. He just perma-stunned in the macro bar. He's taking a lot of damage here.
Backdoor's up now. That's important. Okay, it's back off, but the Prophet split push third bottom, as you mentioned, is really crucial for Pain to keep in the back of their minds, making sure they don't get too focused on chasing or prolonged fights. Because you don't want to lose Rax to this Prophet not even participating.
It feels like, you know, it's a good play from Pain to burn the Aegis, but it's not a huge loss for VGJ Storm because, as we explained, like, you don't really use Aegis that well on Terrorblade because if you pop meta and respawn, you're still not really a hero.
The Aegis does for them what he did.
Yeah,
it gets
which is let you hit buildings and forces them to hit you.
Yep.
And burst you down. So that's what they're going to use it for anyway. It's obviously ideal if they could have held on to it a bit longer, but that was the purpose of the Aegis in the first place. They do have Abyssal Blade and 100 gold on Spectre. Curious to see if he buys out because of the power of Spectre buyback.
You know Furion is no buyback. I mean, you just...
If you kill Furion, it's huge, yeah. That's a good point.
Top. TA just continues to farm.
Man, this Hurricane Pike...
You're not a fan?
It feels like dead net worth.
It's good against the Sprout, I'll be honest.
It's true. I'll accept it for that reason.
That's the only reason I'm down for this game is because the Sprout is so obnoxious to deal with on these type of heroes, and it's effectively a 5-second stun.
You also do have the damage of Spectre to rely upon, and Pango's isn't negligible either.
But I like that he's not going any disable items. He's just going the Hurricane Pike with damage.
Yeah,
I like that. If you go Hurricane Pike and Sheepstick, like a lot of people go on TA, they go the Scythe of Ice, then you just have no damage. Then you do nothing. They can just kind of kite you around during your BKB, and then you just don't do anything. But since he's going pure damage and kind of relying on his teammates for the control from the Pangolier, Jakiro, as well as Willow, I think that's okay.
Well, they do see the Moonlight Shadow because Mirana was in vision of that Observer Ward, so they're just going to play super far back. We haven't talked much about this Mirana, actually. Like, this run, I wouldn't say she hasn't done too much in this game. We just haven't seen much of her.
She's not the win condition or like the core part of their strategy.
But
That's
she's
why
getting a lot of damage.
Yoar's playing like a solid game so far.
That's just
had a few deaths, but that's kind of expected against the heroes he's facing. First round Morana, a lot of ways to kill her. They have another DD rune. Eventually, I feel they should buy a bottle and give it to the Terrorblade.
He looks to be queuing up a Hex on the TB.
I feel like Refresher Orb is really good.
Well, they're going to roll in, but Tavo, he's stuck in a...
They have a DD Terrorblade.
Stuck in a nutshell.
They immediately smoke.
Oh, here we go. Snaking will get a hit off, but he will get shut down. Carapace will hit two of them, and now Snaking is going to trap at least. So he's trying to TP out. Will he make it? Nice four-step over the hill.
Nice.
Duster.
That was nice.
Yep, hits him with the well play. Now, they might just take this tier 3, though.
The Crimson Guard is there to help protect from the damage of the DD.
It is. And look at that. DD will help pick it off, and now you just hit that range Rex, do some unhealable damage as much as you can. And look at this, the DD. You're still scared if you're Terrorblade, there's no doubt about that, but you're not too scared. And he just BKBs to kill both Rexes. Terrorize will get canceled.
Yep. I love that play. That is a high-level carry maneuver right there, where you use your spells to get the objective.
Arrow. Oh. Weehaw.
Yep. That is like flawless play from Resolution.
And he immediately makes sure his team gets out, too. Because sometimes your team will get baited into fighting if the other team tries to go on you.
He hesitated for that extra, like, 2 seconds after killing the Rex to ensure his team, like, started to reposition towards the left and, like, then sort of leads them away from the battle, repositions on the enemy on the high ground where they also have a ward protecting. So, just, this is good Dota from both sides, but Storm is really just...
Yeah.
It's good. It's some grade A, like USDA approved goodness.
That's good.
Oh baby, that's a Sunder cooldown talent on Terrorblade as well. 5 seconds, seems fine.
Yep, Spectre stole the tome. Well, it didn't steal. He's like, whatever, I want my 8% dispersion. I'll take the tome, use it. So how does Pain take a fight? Like, where do they set up to take a fight?
It's tough. It's all about the haunt. You need Pango committing. Their reach is low, but TA Pango have to go in as Spectre kills the Furion. Okay. The issue is Terrorblade's at the point where you're just, he's outputting so much damage, you can't ignore him.
They're going to get the Sheepstick and as well the Silverus, but HFN is going to try to come into the fight. Where is he? He hasn't moved anywhere yet. He's thinking about where to go now. He's going to go over to Snake King, but they don't have any detection, I don't think. And that's a big one. Dagger will fly, hit SVG. We're going to see Tavo. He jumps out barely, and now we're going to have a big macro fire plus an ice path. They're going to get a stun. He's going to go down immediately. MSS dies too. But look at this. Weehouse trying to chase down Snake King. They can't get him, and now HFN, he's in a lot of trouble right now. He's going to get ulted as well, and he's just going to die. Maybe not. Oh my goodness, what a huge nice use of Manta. He finally dies, so is Yawar, and it's just Resolution. The rest of his team is missing.
He has a bunch of Sunders, but that's about it.
Yep, and can he do it? He will toss the Sunder out. Health removal. Will anything else happen? He has, I would say, his ult. He metamorphoses up in about 10 seconds. He could definitely still fight if he really wants to. We'll see if he does another Sunder.
Can he kill all of them?
He could try.
I think he can. Resolution just kills King RD with the gem. He's not even going to pay. He's like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
They realize they're like, okay, we have a much better use of our time to push out lanes than try to kill this guy.
Yep. Instead, King RD throws away his life, but a pretty good fight there by Pain. You have a buyback from Tavo and HFN, but you're in the game and you're getting kills.
That was a lot of buybacks. I'm pretty sure Duster bought back too, right? No, he did not.
Yeah, just the 2 cores.
But still, 3 buybacks on all your cores except for TA. It's tough. It's still tough. What item? Does Rezo finish something here? Yeah, he goes to the Hex.
The Hex. Love it.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Now they have 2 hexes to the 0 of Pain, and like that's just the amount of damage both teams can output in a Hex window is unreal, and he will be able to kill anyone that he finds.
Yeah. I would have honestly loved to see a Refresher, but
they can get that next if necessary, but Refresher's way too all in. Once you use that, it's 3 minutes where it's more important you stay the strongest hero on map versus all-inning with this double meta. Like, is there really going to be a fight that lasts through the duration of a single meta?
It's not for the meta, it's for the fact that I think they win this game by just hitting buildings.
True.
And you just BKB when they go on you.
Do it twice.
But it's so risky. It's so risky, though.
In what capacity?
You make that move and it backfires, you've actually just lost the game.
What are the net worths? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's far enough ahead, but yeah, I'm not arguing. I'm fine with the Hex. If he's not going to go for the Refresher Orb, the Hex.
I mean, he knows he'll get Refresher Shard next, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's guaranteed that third Roche if they don't play poorly.
One of the best Refresher Orb carries in the game, though. So if I wouldn't be surprised, even if he has a refresher shard, that his next item is a refresher.
Dude, this is a great play from Tavo, though. This is something you can't do. He's cutting waves, and he's collecting both of those late-game bounty runes. That's a ton of
now,
gold.
Snake King, he's looking for him, but Tavo, he's juking. Oh, he leaps up. Man, he is whoa. He's gone. See ya.
He'll just die.
Man.
He will die, and that's really rough.
Yep.
So he's doing quite ballsy plays, but he kind of has to make these plays.
Remove teleportation cooldown for Nature's Prophet makes pushing out lanes way easier.
And what about that HP and damage, though?
Yeah, what about it?
Not.
They should get rid of it. Yeah.
Get it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so scary now because Nyx is constantly hunting. They don't have the gem. They have the one on, I think, Tavo right now.
Yeah, Tavo got it back for King RD, I think.
Yeah, because if Nyx finds someone and you have an NP, TP, and Hex, like, that's a kill.
Yep.
And they have no way, like, every single hero on Pain dies to that.
So Pain, they just do what they do, kind of sit in base with HFN, and if a good fight happens, well, take it. But no buyback, so it's a lot tougher.
Vector with the evasion talisman for the value.
Level 25 as well.
Oh, and here we go. They're going to try to go in. They're looking for Resolution. Oh, nobody hits him out of the Terrorite, so he's going to be able to get BKB. We're going to see Metamorphosis just pop in. He is just tearing Weehaw alive. There's going to be the buyback, and now they get the bash ins enough. No Resolution somehow gets out, and that's going to be HFN dieback. Can they at least bring down Resolution? I don't think so, because that reflection, the talent is so much. There's the sheep, and more than likely could just be the game right now. Buyback, but look at, oh, he went triple arrow, by the way, on Yawar. We are going to see another Hex up. TA gonna try to get away. Whoa, Resolution says, hey, I don't want to die to King RD. Thank you, Snake King, for your life. Duster will get a nice ice path off, but it won't be enough. And this,
Give it to him,
please.
Oh,
give it to him.
He's soaring.
The best feeling in Dota.
There's the Beyond Godlike. Is he gonna get?
He didn't get it.
No, there's still a TA.
He got it. It just didn't show. It said Rampage.
Did it?
I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it.
Didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
That was definitely close.
Now here we go.
Over the base.
MSS, you there? They're going for it. What? SVG got it.
Wow. And now he's sundering his illusions. The BM is real.
That was a good game. For a good 30 minutes, you know, it looked back. HFN had a good game, but then VJ Storm, once again, like you said, they showed it just be a little bit more intense of a team, a little bit, you know, maybe a little higher tier of a team.
I have watched 4 of their games now,
yes, sir.
And coming into the event,
Team Liquid's turn to Mineski's turn to pick.
Yeah, so as the draft gets started here, Liquid's going to open with a Vengeful Spirit, which is not too uncommon. Just a hero that's been trending, certainly. Seems like a pretty safe opening. You can play it in multiple roles. Who played it the other day? I don't know if it was Liquid that played it as a core role and got a couple items. I'm thinking actually Zai actually played it from 4, got a decent amount of items that I saw. But at this point, safe opening. And Mineski on the other side is going to go for a Mirana and a Wraith King. This is basically the 3 heroes that we've seen a lot of teams picking in their first couple.
Yeah, the Wraith King and Venge, I believe, are 2-1 as far as most picked heroes so far of the group stage. I think Venge actually overtook the Wraith King, so for those of you guys who are ahead of the curve, predicting Venge as your most picked, definitely making a good call right there, but it has definitely also backed up the high pick rate. It's been a very effective, strong laning hero, just being getting all these small buffs over and over again, and we're seeing teams really kind of lean towards it.
I think what's most impactful from this match, if Mineski could pull out some kind of a 2-0 win, it would be huge for the standings, because with Liquid sitting at 5 and 3, they're kind of in a big grouping for top 4 here. Mineski's at 4 and 6. It would completely flip those positions, basically, and that Team Liquid would be down in the middle with everybody else worried about tiebreakers, and Mineski could be pushing themselves towards top 4. So this is actually a huge match for Mineski that'll hopefully, for them, for their favor, keep them in the winner bracket. So
yeah, because I would say Mineski actually haven't had a great group stage. 4 and 6 is kind of close to 50-50, but they haven't versed Liquid. They haven't versed LGD. So 2 of the stronger, scarier teams are still out there for them. One of them right in front of them. So there's a very good chance we could see a tough couple matches for Mineski today, and their 4 and 6 could very quickly drop down to a 5 and 9, and something even worse for them is going to put them in a really tough spot. Where they're very likely starting at the lower bracket. So they need to cause some of those quote-unquote upsets. I mean, it's TI, it's hard to really feel like too much. Any real result is going to be a big upset, especially when it's a team like Mineski, guys who won DAC, but hey, we'll see exactly what they're able to bust out here. As Nature's Prophet also picked up second, so Mind Control, very well known for playing this hero. Liquid have picked it earlier in the tournament, and will likely be playing that in the offlane role as we head into our second stage of bans, picks, and we'll see what teams get.
It's not necessarily offlane, though. We've seen a couple 5 positions. I mean,
Matu played actually in the game we cast.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the one where one of the many support players that got to play Clinks this tournament. It's kind of a fun match. He ended up still getting a lot of farm, and it did pretty well. It's also very good at harassing, so if you're up against a Wraith King, a lot of Skellies, or sorry, tree versus Skelly fights. He's got pretty low armor, so he can be abusable there.
I like this quite a lot. Both teams are pretty flexible with their opening picks. The Venge, I think we've only really seen the support role, but even there can go 4 position, 5 position, can help the off lane, the safe lane.
What do you think about this Bounty Hunter ban? It feels a little out of place. I haven't seen that many Bounty Hunters. I've seen a little, but we've casted... Mineski has been the team that we've casted, at least that we're going to cast the most, including matches today, but I don't think I've seen him play yet. Maybe something that Liquid's just worried about with the Prophet, that it would set up way too many kills, that maybe the mix of having both Bounty as well as Mirana ulti would set up too much for them or something?
It'd be a very kind of aggressive mid-game hero. Wraith King Mirana heroes that want to fight, not farm, so I believe both of these heroes could very likely be cores as well. So if you want these more fight-heavy cores, a hero like Bounty with Track is just going to enable them, give them more chase potential, more gold for all those kills they're getting, and also be pretty good at hunting down someone like Nature's Prophet.
5 seconds
Other than that, seeing a lot of drought bans, pretty standard for anybody. Well, actually, it's on the other side. I guess both teams have drought potential, so not too unusual to see that get banned out. Visage as well, very good for just winning the lane a little bit and then just going into the death push. Yep. And CM picked up too. Another hero we expected to see one of the most picked, most banned. Very good at controlling the lane against somebody like a Nature's Prophet sometimes, or limiting the push potential.
See what Liquid and Kuro have in mind for their draft's direction. Definitely have some strong laners of their own, so I'm not too worried about them getting kind of overrun by the aggression of the 3 Mineski heroes so far.
Yeah, they do have really good lane here. So, I mean, Mirana's, you could argue, just a tiny bit weak, but with Wraith King and Crystal Maiden, lots of spells to cast, and lots of lane control to get out of that.
Winding down some of this reserve time. Really, both teams seem to be thinking things through a bit more, just knowing, you know, the stakes are a bit higher the further down the group stage you go. You're in day 3 now. You really need to secure those wins, particularly Mineski, who need it to get top 4. Liquid want to kind of maintain their top 4, and Group A is at the top. It looks like there's, you know, 4, 5, 6 teams fighting for those 4 slots, whereas Group B, it's like, you know, everybody could get top 4. So, given that, it's kind of very clear who you need to beat at any given time when you're in Group A.
Now, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of looking forward to tiebreakers myself, because you know, day 4 there's not that many matches scheduled. I could use some extra matches. I'm a little also scared about just how many there could be, depending on how it goes. And it certainly reminds me a bit of the TI4 days, where there was that like 3-team tiebreaker where newbie wins and goes on to win TI. That was pretty exciting. Good storyline.
It's crazy that a team who could squeak, like maybe be on borderline elimination and gets their own tiebreakers could actually be a team that ends up in the top 8 or top 6, because that's just how close, how competitive this tournament's been. It's been such great games, and there's such parity between the teams, between the regions. There's definitely some top teams who have shown more dominance in the group stage, e.g. VGJ being the 2 who I believe have each only dropped 1 game, but after that everyone's dropped 3 odd games or so, and everyone's won 3 or so games. So, and
even Team Liquid's not super immune to that either. They've had a couple close calls where it seemed like they're going to take losses, but you know, naturally they're very good overall across the board, good at early game, good at late game, and they were able to pull it back in some of those close moments. The silencer pickup has been getting kind of popular, and against cores like, or heroes like Wraith King or Mirana or CM who do want to go for all of these early fights, if you can turn those engagements around with a silencer ulti, it can be hugely beneficial to your team. And even in the laning stage, silencer gets all that done too. Curse of Silence against any of these heroes that need to cast spells to be effective, like CM and Wraith King. It just does a lot of work.
It is normally paired with some kind of like hard initiator, though, which they don't really have. Like a swap initiation is just, you know, it's not really your way you want to always be starting a fight. It's a nice little gimmick you can use hero there, particularly when you have like a swap into an instant hex. But typically you see that silencer, you know, with the Bat Riders or some kind of blink stunner that Liquid currently don't really have, because that's where you can kind of get the most out of the global silence. So.
How have you felt about Tiny so far in this tournament? He's been streaking a decent amount.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a bit inconsistent sometimes.
He's been definitely a fairly popular pick. I feel like he's, you know, top 20 most picked heroes or so. Like he's been picked quite a bit, at least 15 odd games or so. He seems 50-50-ish. Like I never feel like he's a weak core to be picking. He wins his lane the majority of times, which I think is a big reason why teams thought he'd be good coming into this tournament, because it's, you know, talked about as being such a lane-driven patch where, you know, win your lanes, win the game. It's this, you're back to this 2-on-2 meta where there's no safe lane, off lane. Every single lane is contested, and that's where Tiny theoretically can be very strong.
And he is pretty good this game too, because he can clear trees. A little bit of burst damage. I like pairing a Mirana who can more or less get a free smoke every once in a while and set up some really crucial kills is definitely great when you pair it with somebody like Tiny. So, and against a Silencer and Avenge now, that looks like 3 heroes as a Tiny player that are potentially food at many stages of the game. So I think Tiny was definitely a solid snag here.
Oh, Spectre, another global hero to go with the Nature's Prophet ultimate. Not that that is really on Liquid's mind, I imagine, in picking this hero, although it is a nice little bit of micro synergy, but a very just strong carry that from what we've seen.
They're global stratting him.
Yeah.
Prophet, Silencer, Spectre. I mean, they just need a Zeus now, right?
That's true. There's a Zeus missing, and what was the other one that often went in the global strat? You get like an Invoker or something for Sunstrike.
Yeah. Added benefit there. Spectre's been streaking quite a bit with EG at least. A lot of games they were picking in the first phase. They seem to know the ins and outs of the hero. Even when their opponents pick Spectre against them first phase, they knew how to beat it. So might just be EG being better, but to see it come out here is no surprise. And as a hero, it's pretty good this game, I'd argue. You could go Mana Drain if you want to. Probably won't see that. Maybe just tank up Radiance kind of team fight stuff, or maybe a Vanguard Blade Mail to survive the early game, perhaps.
I think just playing around that tankiness with your Blade Mail dispersion and your damage output just by, you know, you can go in the fight and die first. We saw that in some of the EG games. It was like Arteezy ran in, died to 4 heroes, but he got them all so low that Sumail, who was playing Storm in one of those games, just cleaned up. And Arteezy dying, led to his team getting like 3 or 4 kills. So the reliable damage output of Spectre is definitely one of the hero's strengths.
And here's one of their closer heroes that's going to allow them to pick off some big cores. Necrophos with something like a Veil, maybe a Hood, ends up being very tanky. They get a Blink later, maybe an Ags to allow them to kill heroes a little bit more often. And that's going to be somebody that can create some space for the rest of the team, at least until the Spectre gets tanky. With that said, before that moment, before Spectre is tanky, they don't have that much going for them survivability-wise past defensive swap, global silence, and then Necrophos's Ghost Shroud. And they are still pretty nuke-heavy on the Mineski side, so
yeah, they're not
Necro feels a little vulnerable.
Yeah, it's not like their Necro pops Ghost Shroud and it's like, oh, you can't hurt me, you're all physical damage. Between Tiny's combo, Mirana nukes, CM, Wraith King, there's all, at least, everyone has some magic damage.
But I guess with Global Silence and Ghost Shroud, you basically are invulnerable, though, is the one benefit. There's almost no way to die in those moments. So if Team Liquid can pick their fights in good ways, they absolutely can carry this to some momentum. But usually the counter to Spectre is like pressuring him in lane. Do you think the Mineski heroes are going to be able to handle that with what they have?
The support's pretty strong on Liquid side. We'll find out what the last hero's going to be. Okay, yeah, they definitely can pressure the Spectre. They just got an edge. Okay. That's one of the scarier, stronger laning heroes, I would say. And something that's been getting first picked in a lot of these games by certain teams and regions, e.g. most notably, S4 has been playing this whenever he can get his hands on it.
It's been really good, too. The amount of damage that you can output, as long as you have a good laning stage and you start transitioning to those typical Dragonlance, Hurricane Pike, Ags builds, nobody wants to focus you because you're hard to kill, and then you just turn your heal on and you go crazy staying alive, and then you just toss tons of damage in a team fight. As long as you're not the person that's focused, the hero can work really well. But that said, though, they do still have a Necrophos, so if she ever does get initiated on with a disable of some kind and lowered, she can be bursted quite rapidly. So I think Liquid does have some solutions. It's not going to be the worst thing in the world for them to take a moment to use some spells to burst Enchantress, but it's actually going to be a support Enchantress. Jab's going to be playing that one, so maybe less worth it.
Yeah, we'll likely see some amount of items in scaling. At least I would like to see it, because Enchantress, to me, one of the better heroes against Spectre because of the range factor. Spectre, with all your damage output from Dispersion, is range-based, so the further away you are, the less damage you're taking, or if you're far enough away, you take none at all, and that's kind of Enchantress in a nutshell. Sit really far back and throw those impetuses. So I like the hero against Spectre, but we do need to see some farm if you want Jabs to be an actual big damage dealer.
And Mushi going to be playing a Tiny this game. He's been focusing a little more on like typical hard carries, so maybe a little bit more ganking focus this game, or maybe he will go more of a fighting build. ISSI is going to be playing the Wraith King and Moon on the Mirana in the mid lane, looking like he's going to be up against Matoma Man, I guess, on the Necrophos.
Yeah, I don't imagine we see a mid Spectre.
Or a mid Prophet. There's almost no way, right? Surely you put that on silence. There's not enough trees to make little friends from,
Yeah, there's no. I mean, mid Prophet has been done before. I guess it's more where I'm just like, oh, I've seen that happen. It could theoretically make sense, but I agree the mid Necro is way more likely and sounds a whole lot better.
So the lanes are going to be both teams, really. And I think when you're up against a Spectre, the most important thing is that you end up having some kind of pressure on him so he doesn't get off to a great start. So big pressure from Mineski's side is, I think, what's going to be on the menu.
All right, well, here we go. Lane's going to unravel. It's going to be Mineski playing on that dire side. A very important game for them. They still have to verse LGD as well as Liquid here, and they're already at a losing 4-6 record. They need to start putting up some wins if they want to get into that winner bracket of TI. As for Liquid, seeing a bit more comfortable. 5 wins, 3 losses. They just need to have some strong showings here on their last couple day of games to find themselves.
OG's turn to ban. Fnatic's turn to ban. OG's turn to ban.
Leading up to this event, and now they are looking like that team. And dare I say it, with the drop off of Secret and Vici and these other favorites, maybe even being able to make a run at some of the top 4. It'd be crazy, but it's a possibility.
Yeah, anything can happen at TI. That's the beauty of it. And the group stage means nothing. So
yeah,
you still can't get ahead of yourself right now. It all depends the playoffs. You know, you watch that lower bracket run just last year. You know,
totally.
You can never tell who's going to come out on top.
Nature's Prophet banned out now after the lone Druid ban. One of the other heroes that's just about early aggression with that Chen. I mean, I guess, do you have to try and make a lot happen early on if you're going to take this hero?
Not necessarily. I think Chen, maybe not quite as great later on as he was before. I think like some of the talent changes and the Aghanims and stuff like that have been nerfed over the past year, but you know, he's still okay. But he has a hard time making plays if there's like split pushes and stuff like that, which is kind of a little bit of a problem. So it is better if you can close it out early, but it shouldn't be a total disaster.
Yeah, I guess as we see the Meepo ban out there, just looking at an Enigma, it's just like, it makes me scared. Although now they're going to take the Spectre, so I kind of got a little bit of both, man. I have this feeling, I just have this feeling that this game might go the distance with these two teams playing in it.
Now Fnatic, so at this point, you see a Chen, you see a Spectre, so you know that the Spectre is probably going to be very well protected. You already have the Wind Ranger and the Enigma, which you're assuming is going to be sort of a pressuring dual lane, but Enigma is also one of these heroes that doesn't necessarily want someone else in his lane, but in this case, they should be able to just focus on the last hits and denies with the Eidolons, and then they can bully now with this Pilot Eye Enigma too.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Pilot Eye Undying.
Yeah, this is, I feel like, been the classic answer to the Spectre. I think if you look like on Dota Buff too, it's like the highest win rate percentage against Spectre. If you look at pro teams and the way that they try and prioritize, it's just a great answer in general. It does kind of like make a little bit of a weird scenario now where it's like, okay, do you want to run an Enigma Undying lane, or do you want to stick the Wind Ranger there regardless and like ensure that Abed has a good game?
They might try and dodge if you were to do Wind Ranger Enigma, right? Like the Spectre could try and go in that Radiant off lane is a pretty nice place to farm. If you can just control the wave with any semblance, it is very safe. It's very hard to backdoor in behind. We saw EG abuse that a lot leading up in the past like 3 or 4 months. So, and this way they can likely have 2 fairly strong lanes coming out now. Like this could be a Wraith King next for Fnatic, and that would look pretty solid to me.
Okay. Yeah, OG. I think the Lina, we're anticipating it mid. But they have been known to mix things up again. I would be really surprised, yeah, and it definitely is going to be played in that mid role. It just seems so strange to me to take that early. Like, what is the value of taking the Lina now?
It has value just by being flexible. There's a lot there. It's also just someone who you can, like Thompson's pretty known for it too, I would say. Like I've watched several of his games where he looks good. It puts the threat of the Drought lineup into that second phase, so it forced that ban. But what I really like about this Train Protector pick, and what I like about Fnatic's bans, was that they didn't try and focus on BKB canceling stuns, because you just simply can't ban them all out, right? Like there's so many heroes in the pool, you can't just like, we lose Silencer, but there was still Bane, you know? But this Train Protector, I think, was the right choice. So we have some way to cancel the BKB ulti if we get there with the Black Hole from the Enigma, but he's also someone who can kind of stand up to some of these bullying lanes.
And if you're able to get into a decent timed Blink Dagger or whatever, that's going to make sure that you can get in there and cancel that Black Hole. Yeah, I like it a lot. And I think that the Silencer ban also is, you know, the biggest threat that you're really going to have. Rubik, you can abuse the fact that a Rubik is there, but Silencer's in the meta regardless of the fact that it's against an Enigma. So definitely want to take that one out. And I think that if they hadn't picked it first phase, it would have been banned against them. So Tree taken. And let's see if it's that Wraith King you were talking about, or if possibly Fnatic want to go to different pastures.
I think Timbersaw actually looks pretty fun in this game, and Abed is very well known on it. Yeah, I mean, Train Protector, it's not the only reason, but it's kind of comical. But no, just like a pressuring lane, it's good against Chen creeps. It's obviously very good against any sort of melee support, so Train Protector fits the bill. I don't think Lina would have a very easy time killing it, but Ursa also checks off a lot of those boxes and is much more meta. It gives them a better way to single target focus down a Spectre, because you don't actually have that great single target focus when you're playing someone like the Timber. So also fits the bill for like the Wraith King. The only downside is it doesn't have the ease of control and initiation for like helping your lane partner, but it's still an extremely strong hero right now.
I mean, looking at these lanes, if I'm Fnatic, or rather if I'm the Spectre, I don't know where I go.
Yeah,
like no lane is going to be safe. No lane I'm going to have fun in. For the Spectre, and honestly for anybody, like all of these heroes are going to have a tough time with it. I want to see what OG's answer is going to be. I guess that you bring in Chen creeps and that sort of mitigates some of the aggression. But right now, I'm really liking Fnatic's draft.
Yeah, I'm curious. I guess you just can't pick Tinker into Spectre. I don't know how bold of a... I mean, I know that Abed's really into Tinker, and he's, you know, it's just that is one of the more frustrating counters. You can just haunt and get in on top of the Tinker, but on the other hand, you can only do it so often, and purchasing up into like an Abyssal Blade takes forever. And aside from the Spectre counter, the rest of the heroes look pretty terrible versus the Tinker. Like, Treant needs a lot of help to actually set up kills onto a Tinker.
Yeah. Well, and OG are the ones that ban out the Storm Spirit, so maybe they were thinking about it for themselves, too.
That is true. Never know. Although Tinker Spectre sounds like something you should not do. Gonna put that on the list. Then again, Lone Druid and Invoker somehow works, so I don't know anything.
Hey man, what are you talking about? You just, you know, you haunt and then you can throw missiles at everybody.
It's genius. It's the next level play.
That's right. That's what they call it. So a Klink's banned out. One of the heroes that has seen great rise in this group stage.
I don't think any of our cheesy heroes really fit here. I don't think you want to go for the Huskar. I don't think you want to go for the Broodmother. I think, you know, obviously 10th pick, it's a little bit better, those scenarios, just because OG would still have one last chance to respond.
5 seconds
I wouldn't hate something like a DK. Just something big that you can throw out there, put in the mid lane, and start taking towers.
That would be kind of interesting. They'd be playing very clumped with it. Oh, okay, they will Huskar. So
this is the new DK.
It's true. I don't know. Is there any really crazy way you can do it? They banned the Klink, so they got rid of like some really heavy physical damage to stop it. They're trying to force the Lina matchup, I suppose. But now, okay, so hear me out, guys.
Okay.
Seb, I know Seb plays this like offlane Treant Protector apparently, and I believe he does it in pubs where he doesn't take Invis. Can they go with the AA with it? No, we're just going Invoker. Right. I want to get really deep down the rabbit hole.
Well, it's normally a hero that you look at this and you say, oh my god, there's so much early aggression Fnatic. Why are you taking Invoker? This hero takes forever to come online. Thompson known for Quas Wex.
This is the Seb Treant. Because it's the Invoker.
So it is going to be a Jarex Lina.
All right, guys, I'm in there. I got you. So from what I've heard, I haven't personally witnessed it, but I believe Seb does an offlane Treant in pubs where then he just doesn't take the Invis, and he just maxes Leech Seed and the heal.
Is that really the play, though? Like, look at these lanes that they're going against. Like, he's going to have to go up against an Ursa, most likely. Can't Ursa just bully him back?
I don't know. Remember, there's no swapping. It might be an offlane Chen, too, right? Where they just... that's what they're trying to decide right now, but it'd be pretty weird to see No-Tail not playing Chen.
Yeah.
But there is no swapping.
You don't think that this was a misclick?
No.
Okay. Yeah, because the other thing, too, I heard this yesterday. They added something to the player thing where now it says, are you sure you want this hero?
Yeah, because with our little pause that we now have for about a minute or so after the end of the draft, we rules for TI.
No.
There is no swapping. So yeah, let's give me the Seb Treant Protector. See, I went down the rabbit hole. It was fine, guys. We found the rabbit. Exactly. There he is. It's a Seb Treant Protector.
Well, a very interesting draft. I think Fnatic, this is the new look of their team, is fight early, try and get aggressive. You know, they solved their late game woes in some ways, but OG still doing crazy stuff. And I think that this Ana Spectre is what they're kind of pinning their hopes on towards the end here, and making space for him throughout the map.
I kind of like it. I mean, I don't know. It worked out fairly well for Fnatic yesterday with the Huskar. I think they should have won that game versus Mineski, but things got a little bit out of hand. Their Tricorn, that was the Necro, the Wyvern for Universe, and then the Huskar for Abed. But, you know, the Fountain was his arch rival. So.
His ultimate undoing. Yeah, Abed had a bit of a rough one on that game.
Flopson.
Yeah, that's his
that's
name
an excellent tag.
Is coming from Thompson, as he does already have the Quas leveled up. So I do believe that this is going to be the Quas Wex Invoker.
I believe that's the only way to do it versus the old Huskar.
Yeah.
Oh, first player to get 15 denies. Yo, if you're not choosing an Enigma, guys, I got a bridge to sell you. Just take Enigma. For the love of God.
Those. I don't get them, man.
Sorry, buddy. I know it's tough being the camera, but I got to help the people out here.
That's true. Let them know. Let them know.
If you think Fnatic's gonna win, you want to go with the first barracks 20 to 30. If you think OG is going to win, you might just want to go 40 plus. Sure, maybe you can risk the 30-40. I'm going to trust the Universe Enigma person. I'm going to go with the 20 to 30. I feel like I might be able to do it.
That's fair.
So that means, therefore, I'm going to say Fnatic's going to win. And number of teleports. Teleports canceled by stun by 25 minutes.
Oh.
What do we got here? We got a Shackles. Is anyone going to really try and escape, though? Yeah, Root definitely counts.
I mean, does it count as a stun? Will it code it right? You know what I'm talking about there?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's a great question. number of teleports canceled by stun. You're right.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, whatever. I'm just going with 3+.
Easy peasy.
Nah, that's too many. I'm going with 1.
I like it. Look at Pile I Die here. He's just running a no-tail. He's like, come at me. Fight me. OG, take 2. Fnatic gonna secure themselves. Only 1. Oh. A little bit late to the party is DJ. God, DJ has been having himself a hell of a tournament. I think if anybody has missed the Fnatic games that have been going on, he's looked like the player of the tournament to me.
DJ's back. Yeah, like this whole craze that happened to him, the Manila Major, that was completely deserved, and he was unbelievable playing that Enigma. That's what I'm seeing again from DJ. Like, he has been single-handedly doing so much over that. Like, it was super crucial post-laning phase. His first rotations around the 6 and 7 minute mark, he got triple kills in a couple different games. It's been absolutely wild. And yeah, here's Seb. He's got that leech seed.
All right.
This is why you got to watch the pubs. You got to get the knowledge.
He's a big boy, you know. He's still. I'm curious to see how this works against an Ursa, because I feel like if there was one hero that could really bully a tree, it would be an Ursa.
Yeah, it feels like one of the better ones. But the support is pretty good for it, right? With JRX on Lina. Although they did just lose their Observer Ward. That was a really risky place to put an Observer Ward, too, because they had the... like, this is such a common place to Sentry, right? Oh. Against a Tree Protector. Oh, yeah.
That Salvage got broken. Yeah, that's the Sentry. That's a good point.
And they just lost an Observer Ward that was right here. Just like everyone's Sentry is like right here against Tree Protector, so it's just kind of surprising.
I guess maybe they weren't anticipating the no invis or whatever, but...
That's a good point, I suppose.
It's like the double bluff.
Yeah.
I don't take invis, so you won't drop a Sentry Ward.
Yeah, and this is it. This is the second point living armor. All right, we're in there. I'm really looking forward to seeing this.
Yeah, how it goes. So the thing to watch for there in the mid lane, as we did talk about it, the salve getting broken on the Huskar makes a pretty big deal. Not the worst thing in the world is Thompson, actually. Got a lot of harassment there from the Burning Spears. But Abed's still going to have a good time in this lane, it feels like. Even though you've got a lot of regen on Invoker, there's not enough to deal with the Burning Spears.
That is true, but don't worry, they have Tree Protector. Hey. So, some Living Armor. Need to be a little bit more cautious about it with the Burning Spears, though. Gotta get it after. Or I guess actually with Living Armor level 1, because the regen's only 4. Oh, okay, so yeah, you actually get more value out of the block early on. That makes sense.
Cool. We've also been seeing the sort of innovation going on with Spectre recently, where more and more players are just taking the maxed out Dispersion and not any points in Desolate, really.
Yeah.
Just because of how effective that ability is for keeping you alive. As top lane, Seb, trading some hits with an Ursa. I mean, he's got 800 HP. Like, it's not that bad trading hits there.
No, it's kind of okay, and you just really want that second point into the Leech Seed as well. That's where it really starts to build up, and he needs a lot of assistance from JRX, but JRX is starting to run low on regen, both mana and HP here.
Leech Seed comes in, JRX looking for the follow-up, able to hit it, the right click's coming through, Envy in a little bit of trouble. We'll get to slow down the Fairy Fire, and now the heal coming as well from the tree. And
oh, nice.
Oh, this is the Light Envy. Good play by Envy. He's gonna find first blood.
Oh, the tip from DJ too. He's like, that's my carry, helping me out, man.
You know, Envy's been involved in a lot of first bloods. That's one of the first ones where he gets it.
I never see Envy tip. Envy's so proud of that play.
He started to do it at the summit a little bit more. Not gonna lie, it's good. He's having a revelation in his later stages of his career there. We do also have Universe trying to deal with this creep, which is going to be sent back to Big Day No Tail, which is just right there. Oh no, it's sent back to base. Excuse me. Cast on
going
the
on
creep
home.
Itself. Yeah, that's the cool combo that you can do. The Chen. And then, of course, cast the ability on yourself afterwards once you have the mana, and you can bring it right back in again.
Well, so far, though, at last it's pretty even up top. I mean, Tree Protector very good at denying, of course, because you have the highest base damage in the game. And the downside, though, is that Leech Seed does cost quite a bit, right? It got increased by about, what was it, 15 mana on level 2. A little bit harsh.
Yeah.
And your pool is not that large, so curious to see what he builds for. If he goes in towards like the Blink Dagger earlier on, if he just goes for the Meteor Hammer, which is probably the most likely thing.
Do you go Arcanes on tree in the core role, or do you think
I'm not sure what he does.
Yeah, that's...
It's curious because the thing about Train Protector is that you really need Tranquils because of the movement speed. It's not so much about the regen, although he does have terrible base regen, as you can see right now, sitting at 1.9. So the Tranquils are great once you're getting through that mid game and everything, but it's more about the movement speed because you want to be able to cross the map as fast as possible.
Oh, Highlight Die moving in. Thompson might have spotted him on the ward, not sure, but they are going to be able to hit the two-person tornado. Nice play there, and then get the walk away. Yeah, so he saw him moving in with this ward the whole time through, and they aren't able to find that kill.
That was a pretty slick two-man tornado, too. Like, he barely clipped Highlight Eye with it.
Yeah. Oh, top lane, Seb taking a lot of damage here. They are going to hit the Light Strike Array, and oh, they're absolutely fine. Again, they go over, secure themselves a couple bounty runes, easy peasy. Bottom lane, Universe just getting dove and managed to find the kill, and how can it pressure the tower? This is the strength of Chen.
Oh, Universe is dead. That means he can't be denying right now.
Oh, no.
I'm going to run into some trouble here, guys. I might have misled some people.
Oh, Highlight Die, also just the damage coming out. The 2 points there in the dagger. Oh, the Soul Rip, though. Thompson goes down in the mid lane, but No Tail able to find the finish there with the Chain Lightning and then the Honest Send back.
No one expects the Harpy.
Very well done. But yeah, the mid lane was where they were able to find a kill onto the Invoker with the Husker, who's already dominating this lane and now gets a solo kill.
6. Oh, wow. Actually, 15 and 3 is not too bad. The Invoker, but...
Oh, nice shackle from DJ. Manages to hit both of the heroes, and Envy, one more hit, a double kill. He's having a hell of an early game.
This Ursa pick looking very nice, and certainly punishing this idea of the core treant.
Oh, I'm thinking Thompson.
Oh, geez, again, eh? He's got DD rune too, but I'm thinking that this Lina is probably going to be looking to get into that sort of position, right, where you're trying to take away a little bit of farm from this offlaner. Like, Treant's going to start moving around the map, probably. Let's see.
Oh, Thompson.
Again.
Yeah, he knew that he didn't have Ghost Walk, and so just jumps on him. Having that ward on the high ground, and yeah, Thompson, they're pinging that they think it's there.
Bit unfortunate there. Oh, we're one deny away. Oh, no. Huskar's going to get it. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
I didn't think Universe would die.
That's what happens,
well done, Abed. Incorrect. My prediction is 2 away.
I mean, it's still kind of crazy, like, how much this Huskar is dominating, too. Like, I feel like this is going to be the type of thing that... I mean, what do you really do at this stage? I guess they're going to bring No Tail to try and gank?
I mean, the Huskar is owning, but they're also not pressuring Spectre at all. Spectre's on top